Have you ever noticed how some patterns keep repeating in relationships, even when people are different? For a long time, I used to think that life was just hard or that love was complicated. But what I eventually learned was that what we think and the stories we tell ourselves actually directly affect how we relate to people and how we show up. Hi, my beautiful friend. I'm so happy you're here, and I'm so happy that we're going to be talking about how healing your mind can transform your relationships. It's so amazing how knowing that you can actually do things to help you to be and to take more responsibility in your life and how you show up can just really just give you a sense of encouragement, a sense of empowerment for how you show up. So if you've been having difficulties in your relationships, or if you've been finding it hard to connect with people, I want to help you with that today, because there's something that you can do and something that involves renewing your mind, your thoughts, and how you show up in the world. Because it's so amazing to know that our brain, the way we function, isn't static. I love talking about neuroplasticity, empowerment for your mind, your emotions, because it's so great to know that there's something that you can do. You're not helpless. You can be empowered to change the way you show up and even just transform your relationships and unlock the beauty within them. And for me, for a long time, it was definitely difficult to feel as if I'm connecting with people in a deep way. And it was hurtful because it was a deep desire of mine. Like for me, I love connections and I love the beauty of it. So what I realized in years past was that I had a tendency to pull away from people and to draw away, to the point where my friends would comment on it. They would say things like, when you're going through a hard time, you tend to pull away, which is hurtful for me. And for me personally, Apryll, my question was, why is it hurtful for you that I pull away? Honestly, that's what I was questioning. Like, why does someone else care if I tend to draw away? And what I came to find was that they cared about the relationship and me so much that if I wasn't allowing them to enter my world and even the challenges, they felt rejected by me, which was really weird because I struggled with feeling rejected, and through that I wasn't allowing people in and they were feeling rejected by me. It's interesting how life and relationship works, but when you find the key to helping you and others, it's amazing. So that's what happened for me. I found out that I needed to be healed from the root of rejection, and I also needed to not have this tendency, this thought, I should say, to think that I need to be perfect to show up, because that's what I struggled with. I literally thought that in order for people to accept me, in order for me to be acceptable, I need to be perfect. Therefore, if I'm having any difficulties or challenges, I need to go away, go into my shell, fix myself, and then show up and be perfect again for the people I'm around. And it doesn't work like that. It never works like that, because challenges and difficulties are just things that will occur. But the great news is that there are opportunities from those challenges, even when they're hard, because they're opportunities for you to grow, opportunities for you to learn more about someone else, or just discover the best path for you, even in relationships, like if this is the right relationship or not. But I don't want to get into that today, like the choices of relationship. I want to talk about how you show up. So for me, I made the choice, which I'm still working on, because when you've had a tendency for years, you need to now be intentional to come out of those tendencies. So this is an encouragement for you that you don't need to expect fixes very soon. It's step by step, and sometimes you step back, sometimes you step forward. So for me, the choice I made was to, instead of drawing away, to go towards, and to go towards the right people, as I'm growing in learning about trust and learning what is safe as well. So I will now, choose the people that I will draw towards when I'm having difficulties, and share with them and allow them to help me and to speak into my life. And a beauty I've been discovering, which I love so much and has been life-giving, is seeing how much people are happy to be there for me and to help me. It's just been helping me to feel love, to open to the love, and to share love with them as well. It's been so beautiful, because I'm telling you, the right people want to be there for you. And when you discover that, it causes like a new cycle to be repeated, where now you're drawing close, now you're receiving the love, and now you're giving that love. I'm sorry for the noise. They're doing different works in my apartment. Honestly, works have been happening, like different construction things have been happening for months now. And I'm kind of wondering, when is the finish mark? Because sometimes during the day, like when I'm working from home, it's hard to be hearing all these construction work noises. And it was fine for a few weeks, but I hope it doesn't continue. Okay, so anyways, so your thoughts, the stories you tell yourself, become who you are. So for example, if you think that I'm unlovable or I'm rejectable, something like that, you start to behave within those thought patterns, and therefore create the reality that you're thinking, even if it's not true, because it is so not true that you're unlovable. You are so lovable. You are so valuable. So it's so important for you to start thinking about the truth, and start behaving in the ways that align with those truths. Because I'm telling you that lies can affect our lives so much, and it is so sad. And I understand, even from my own personal experience, it is so sad to have someone operating out of a lie, and then different aspects or patterns in their lives start reflecting that when they don't need to be there. So if there's something that's happening that you don't need to accept, or it doesn't need to be your reality, I am so passionate about helping you with that. I'm going to be offering like a workshop really soon, where I'm not just telling you how or what it is that you can create or receive when you heal your mind, but also how you can get there. Since it's more practical and I want to work with you more closely, it's gonna be offered in a private space. And yes, there is an investment, but it's good for you to actually invest in yourself. It's best for you, because then you'll do the work, and I want you to do the work, because this involves intentionality. So the next thing I want to say is that with healing your mind, you can unlock more safety in your relationships. And don't we all want to feel safe in our relationships? Like, we actually need that. Recently, I read this article, and it's been popping up a lot on TikTok, where this journalist asked this question: is it embarrassing to have a boyfriend? And it's been so interesting, because people have been taking that question and now using it as a phrase, where they're saying it is embarrassing to have a boyfriend. And that concerns me. That thought pattern, it seriously concerns me, because I understand the need is to feel safe. The need is to feel safe with your significant other, even in terms of embarrassment being the phrase. Like, you don't want to be embarrassed being with someone. You don't want to go through any shame rituals or anything like that. But it doesn't mean that you reject the whole concept of a romantic relationship if that's what you desire. So I want us to start thinking more instead of just accepting the phrase. For me personally, not to accept the phrase, oh, having a boyfriend is embarrassing, but maybe we can, reframe that into maybe having a certain type of boyfriend is embarrassing. I don't know. Or you need to choose the right boyfriend for you in order for that relationship to not be embarrassing. And what can you do within yourself where you are choosing the safe relationships where it's not embarrassing? And another thing the article spoke about was that it's not even just being in the relationship that could be embarrassing, but how it's perceived. Like even online, like if someone shares about their embarrassment, oh no, sorry, if someone shares about their boyfriend, there's this embarrassment that comes up because people start to get an ick. Because lately, I guess the mindset is that, your relationship, your romantic relationship isn't everything about you, which I think is great. But then it's like it's starting to get to the extreme where people don't want to share about their romantic relationships. And I don't know, I haven't gotten to a full conclusion as to what to do about that yet. I don't believe you should withdraw or hide because of the perception of others. But I get that it can be hard, like online, if you are a content creator, to be in a space where you don't want to share this about yourself because it could be perceived as like with an ick or be embarrassing for you to do that. Okay, so what I want us to focus on in this video right now is to just be careful about how we could be talking to ourselves, the things we could be telling ourselves when it comes to romantic relationships or any relationships overall. And if you're curious about the article, if you haven't read it or heard about it, I think it was published on Vogue. Read it, but read it with an open mind, please. I'm asking you, right? So, yeah, another thing that could be happening is that if people have experienced relational hurts and have not been healed from it, it could be affecting how you show up in other relationships. Like you could literally see a behavior or something that someone else has done and think that it's the same thing that someone else did in the past when it could be different because it's a different person, but if you haven't been healed, your perception could just be wired to accept it like that. And know that some people, because of the fear of that, have been pulling away from relationships, or it's been hard to have good relationships. It's even been like repeated cycles where it's not been successful because the way we're operating could literally be causing what we fear or what we have experienced in the past to be repeating. So now I want you to think about what are some hurts that you may have experienced in the past. And I want to say this with so much compassion that it's not just about, oh, just getting over it. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm asking you to do is to be conscious that the hurt that you've experienced in the past doesn't have to be the same now. And you can get healed from it. And it doesn't mean that things is guaranteed to be perfect moving forward. But when you are growing, when you are connecting with the right people for you, you can actually be strengthened to show up in your best way instead of staying in a hurt position, which doesn't help you or anyone else, if you get what I'm saying, And some of it doesn't have to be heavy. It doesn't have to be always hurt or anything like that. But sometimes it's just that it could be difficult. In our world right now, it is literally difficult to connect with people physically. It's amazing how we are so connected online. We have so much information available, so much just at our disposal. Yet it's hard to connect with people. It's like it's increasing. Sorry, I don't know what's happening, but it's like the loneliness epidemic is increasing. And I just feel like it's on us to be just more deliberate as to what we can do to choose the best for us while gaining the benefits of, the online world and connecting more globally and the different opportunities that are available right now. You get me? Yeah. I'm feeling thirsty as well, which could be why I'm just like mixing up all my words. Okay. So, another benefit of healing your mind and your thought patterns is that you get to unlock more nourishments in your relationships. Ah, beautiful relationships are so nourishing. Honestly, like I want to study this more as to why when you have connected with someone so well and your relationships are going deeper, you feel so filled, so wonderful, more than even food. And that also, I think, is a mirror of our relationship with God. Like as a Christian, like I feel so much life when I'm having a wonderful connection with God, when I'm getting to know Him and understanding how much He loves me, and reading the Bible and worshiping and just experiencing Him, seeing me in a wonderful way. It is so beautiful. And it's the same in relationships. It's a mirror where you experiencing being seen by someone, being understood, and you doing the same thing for them just gives so much life. And I'm saying this understanding that it's been hard. I know it's been hard for me, and it probably has been hard for you. But that doesn't mean it isn't impossible to find the nourishment that you need. And I don't know, like sometimes I think about what we can be doing because we maybe are assuming that I won't get what I need from this relationship. And something that I want to share is that I am here on the online space, and there are things that I want to offer to you, offer to people who I know I will be helping. I'm so passionate about it. Yet I've been so nervous, like to put it out there. Now I'm working on it. I've been renewing my mind. I'm doing the work. So I'm showing up more. But I know in the past I would be holding back from sharing what I have to offer. And you know why? Because I would fear what people would think. And I've since been learning that what I have to offer is not for everyone. And I can't control what people will perceive, but the right people I know will come to exactly what I'm offering and gain so much value from it. So if it is that because of what you are assuming from others could be causing self sabotage, it is so key for you to start focusing on some of the assumptions you're making about how people could receive you. And I understand that there is a risk involved. We are not made for rejection, so it's very painful to experience that. And I know that because of that, it's easier to just not try. But when you find the right areas, the right communities, it is so worth it that you put yourself out there. And you can take baby steps, like just talking to someone and being conscious and aware, not suspicious, but aware as to if you're connecting well with that person and if you want to continue, because we can all make choices. And I think that's the key thing that I want to share, that I want us to take from this right now, is that we all have choices. And you have so much power, so much influence into what you bring to relationships. You can't control, you can't change people, you can't control how they will receive you. I know that it's a desire that the ones you care about will receive you well, but you can't control that. What you are responsible for, what you can control, is how you show up and what you do within yourself. So you are the healthiest, the safest, the most nourishing for others while you're receiving that from them. So I hope this helps you. And as to the steps that you can take where you can be renewing your mind, and it's not hard, it's like a daily thing where you're just getting more conscious. I'm going to be telling you more about that soon and how we can work with each other, because I'll be offering a workshop very, very soon as to how I will be sharing with you things that you can do to intentionally renew your mind and how it can transform your relationship. So I'm so happy that I got to speak to you today, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Have a great day.
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong.